Yeah.
So I guess last weekend, this weekend, whatever you call it, the previous weekend to today, Jason and I were like, we need a show. So we started watching that show, and I think you would really like it. So I'm not even done with the book, which I never do. I always wait until I'm done with the book, but they're pretty different, so it doesn't even matter. But the show has so many butts in it that I think you would really enjoy it. They just show butts all the time. It's called Bitten.
What is it on?
I think they're going to do another season, too. I don't know. It's on Netflix. I don't get channels.
Ooh.
But some Canadians did it, and they just show butts all the time. I was like, Dallas would love this.
I do. I would love that. What is it on? It's on Sci-Fi. That's random.
It's a pretty good show. It's not the best show I've ever seen, but it was good.
It's no Gossip Girl, but...
It's no Gossip Girl. But there are butts all the time. Male and female, they don't discriminate. It's just butts everywhere.
I like that. I like that the non-sexist showing.
And they didn't show her boobs once. They just show butts all the time.
I don't think Sci-Fi you can show boobs.
Oh, I don't know.
No boobs and bush in Sci-Fi. But like, why? Usually butts though.
There was like a few side boob scenes, but very tastefully done.
a tasteful side
boob.
When is side boob not tasteful?
I feel like it can be a little distasteful.
You're probably right.
It depends. So anyways, you are listening to On the Other Hand podcast with Dallas, the work traveling conservative,
and Carrie McCann, hip hair liberal.
Thank you. Sometimes when I style it, I look like Justin Bieber.
Nice.
I don't know if I love that or hate that. Like, I can do this thing. I'm going to show you real quick. I'll maybe not post this on the blog, but if I put this a certain way, it just kind of lays flat like that.
Oh, wow. You look like Donald Trump. 100%.
Donald Trump is even better than Justin Bieber.
It looks like it's a good look.
That is nice, like. It's good.
Okay, whatever.
I look real cute when I wake up, but that's nothing new. Hashtag, I woke up like this.
Are you in your jammies as well? Like, let's hope.
Obviously. So remember last week how I was like, I'm trying this thing where I wear nice pajamas. We're done with that already.
That's already gone. Because I know I was gonna say something else. Like, I see a T-shirt. Where's the like silky matching set?
Here's the thing. I only bought 2 pairs, and you can only wear the same 2 pairs of pajamas for so many nights in a row.
I don't know. I wear the same shirt for sleeping every single day.
Yes.
Until I start to smell myself and it's like bothering me when I'm sleeping, and then I will wash it.
But I was going like 2 weeks with 2 pairs of pajamas. I try to recycle my PJ clothes out like once a week at least. Okay. You're making faces like I wash my clothes too much.
I rarely wash anything. I'll just buy new underwear. Chris is like in a bad spot. He's like, Dallas, I just like really need some clothes. And I'm like, buy
more. Yeah, I haven't done laundry in our new apartment yet. So we've been here 3 months.
Awesome. I like that about you. This is why we're friends.
Jason has done it a couple times. So, you know. All right. Let's get going. So we have noteworthy news?
Yeah, noteworthy news. I can start. I'm going to go into Taco Bell in the U.S. will for the first time serve alcohol. I can't wait. They're going to start off in Chicago, and they're going to serve beer, wine, and mixed drinks. So like, and liquor.
Are they trying to be the
new Chipotle
or something? What's going on?
Who knows? But like, can you imagine in college if like
I was just going to
Taco Bell?
Do you remember when we used to go to Taco Bell every day?
I like miss those days. Taco Bell is delicious.
Lindsay Pipion and I used to go get those that apple pie thing that they had. What is it?
It's an empanada.
Yeah,
apple empanada.
Yeah, we used to go get that probably every day. And even freshman year, we would be like, Josh Wyatt, can you come pick us up to take us to Taco Bell? Because
we really need an empanada. I still remember my order. I get a number 7 with a soft taco and a Mountain Dew. Like, and it's the quesadilla.
Yeah.
And whatever sauce
I
they
haven't
have
been
in there
there.
is just
Oh, is that the soft taco and quesadilla combo?
yes.
That's what I used
for
to
like
get
$3.
too. That
For
quesadilla sauce was glorious. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm eating right now, but it tastes really good.
And everything is so cheap there that I'm just like, is the beer also going to be that cheap? You know, like, can you imagine? It's like, oh, it's like $1. It's like a keg that you pump in the back with like cups and like you buy a cup for $1. Like, you can imagine that happening.
That's pretty exciting.
Taco Bell.
I'm really excited about that.
I'm excited as well.
Okay, I can go. This I thought was, I don't know, kind of exciting that, you know the show Hannibal?
Yeah.
So they cover some really fucked up topics, you know, like eating people.
Well, he is a cannibal.
Right. And I only saw like most of the first season, but good show. They decided that they're not going to do any rape because they were like, you know, we can't do it in a way that's tasteful and sensitive. And, you know, 1 in 6 or 1 in 4 women are raped, and we don't want to re-traumatize them and then just like leave that lingering and not be able to really show like the effects of rape. So we're banning rape from our show. It's like,
nice.
All right, well done. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you know, like, I mean, and I feel like in a show about a cannibal, you know, like a serial killer who is also a cannibal, like, you really don't need rape. Like, that's why it's like sometimes with Game of Thrones, you know, like, it's like you have dragons. Like, do you really need rape? You have
But they put rape in. Like, I haven't seen the episode yet, so I don't know what happens, but I did hear that there's rape. And I was like,
well, yeah,
really?
There's been rape every season.
Did you need that right now?
The book,
just, like,
the book
kill everyone
has rape.
Yeah.
Like the books have rape in them, but it's just not as prevalent as it is in the and it's always like when you're reading about it, it always seems like, and you're reading about people's feelings and stuff, it always feels a little bit more like emotional than when you're really watching it.
I appreciate though that the guy that was talking about the Hannibal Lecter stuff, he was like, they asked him about the rape scene in Game of Thrones. And he was like, I can't talk shit on that. And you know what? Rape was super prevalent back then, so it makes sense that they did that. I was like, that's a good point. And I appreciate you not being like, oh, they were just tasteful and rude. No,
yeah.
It was nice of him not to track
Hey, whoever the showrunner guy is, I'm going to like him on
he just got my vote. So did Taco Bell. Yeah. I'm going to eat Taco Bell and watch non-rape scenes on Hannibal from now on.
I know, and like it wasn't until I came back from Chicago that I saw that it's opening with alcohol in Chicago, and I was like, I can't believe I ate at actual Chicago restaurants when I could have been eating.
Or you could have just eaten at Taco Bell.
I could have had a company happy hour at Taco Bell. That sounds like magic.
I bet your clients would really like that.
Oh yeah. They would just watch me eat, and I'll be like, you guys can wait. Hold on, can I have a number 7? 8 number 7s, please. One for all my friends.
Wait, Dallas, I was talking the other day about how you used to order everyone Dave's on your parents'
Oh my God. And then
like we used to go home and just like collect people on the way home. Dallas would be like, I'm ordering Dave's, come over. We'd have like pizza and all these steak and cheese.
Yeah. We would like arrive into the townhouse, and then it was like 20 people. Literally, I'm not exaggerating, 20 people. We didn't know anybody. And then I would be like, how many steak and cheeses? And then people would just raise their hands, and I would count, and that's how many I would order. Like I ordered so many steak and cheeses one time, like every single day of the week. I ordered it Thursday and then Friday and then Saturday. And then Sunday, that I like got a credit card fraud notice. Like my parents were called. They were like, "Hey, somebody has stolen your daughter's." Yeah, Dallas, what is Dave's Taverna Express? I'm like, that's my dream location.
I just remember you used to walk home and like pick up strangers and be like, "We're getting Dave's," and they'd be like, "Oh, okay, I'm coming."
Are you hungry? Do you want some Dave's? Come.
They're like, "I don't know who you are." You're like, "It's fine."
It wasn't even my house. It was your house. I didn't even live there.
I actually forgot you didn't live there.
I didn't live there. No, I just
crashed
on that couch.
That
was my bedroom.
The
Well, was funny.
Terrible. All right. What else in news?
We wanted to update on last week's on the latest in the Duggar, not Duggar, the Duggar, like
fantastic humans. So they just had an interview, and I watched a clip of it, and then I had to stop. And I've never seen that woman speak before. Jim Bob's wife, Michelle. I just like saying Jim Bob. She makes the most obnoxious facial expressions when she speaks. I wanted to kill her. But they said, that it really, it wasn't that big of a deal that their son molested their daughters. Because, he's just a juvenile, and he was just, touching them over their clothes. So, quote, this was not rape or anything like that.
The 5-year-old was asking for it, Carrie.
She was that slut.
And even the daughter has come out, and it's I don't know.
She was I didn't want that.
And that makes me sad. And she was like, I'm not, she's like, I don't think it was rape either, but I don't, please don't persecute my brother anymore. And it's it almost makes me more sad that it's now it's it's bringing it out. Now, this guy is awful, and these parents dealt with it in a terrible way. But now all the victims are coming out and having to talk about it. It's just.
And it took them 3 times that he told them that he did something before they came forward. And they were like, yeah, he told us he touched them on top of their clothes and sometimes underneath their clothes, but we kept a close eye on him. I was like, clearly you didn't keep a close eye on him.
After that, and then we
first time I was okay. Yeah, and he built a house. He built a house.
And then he built a house.
Don't worry about it.
He built a house for Jesus.
Everything's great. Jesus came into our lives and saved everything.
I feel like they're just continuing. It's if they just be quiet, just close all your doors. Don't go out in public for a month, not even a month, maybe a couple weeks, and it would go away though.
Well,
but this would go away from the media.
He quit his job, but they don't want to go away from the media because that's how they make money.
Yeah, they're already talking about. TLC is already talking about spin-off shows.
Oh.
Well, they're already talking about spin-off shows between the two, but it's going to be just the 2 daughters that are married would have their own spin-off shows.
No. What? These people don't need to be on
TLC needs
get it together.
It needs to be
TLC, you used to do good work, and
it used to be the learning channel. We used to learn.
We are learning about something.
Yeah, geez, we just
golly. Gee willikers.
And there was, I know I said geez Louise, and you said my goodness at the same time. I'm we're awesome.
We're old.
I think so. I think we just crossed a threshold. Yeah. You also had an update on George Zimmerman.
Oh yeah, our friend George, my favorite, one of my favorite people in this country. So whenever that was a little while ago, that the guy shot at him while he was in his car.
Yeah.
So now he is using the, what do you call it?
Stand your ground.
Yeah, he's using the stand your ground, which I find to be really funny because he is using the same defense. I mean, George Zimmerman actually didn't end up using that defense, but they thought long and hard about it, and he's using the same defense. And he's like, I felt threatened, so now he might not even have to go to trial if the judge is like, yeah, you were threatened. You just stood your ground by shooting him.
It is
the mere sight of George Zimmerman makes you feel threatened.
Well, I mean, I was even you and I was wearing a hoodie, so I was nervous.
Valid. Yeah, that's it.
All right, let's delve into something meaty then.
Meaty. You want to do Caitlyn or Freedom first?
Let's do Freedom, right?
Okay. I was going to say Caitlyn.
Okay. Let's do Caitlyn then.
Okay. I feel like we are, at this point, LGBTQ advocates because our last show was all about gay marriage.
Yeah.
But I'm not mad about that. So we have this whole Bruce Jenner becoming Caitlyn Jenner thing. Mm-hmm. And gosh, there's so much to talk about with it. Where should we start?
It's did she go through the whole head to toe transformation? Is
Mm,
she down south? Her dirty bits?
I don't know if she's done the full. Those pictures made it look like, but she could have just been checking.
It could have been photoshopped. Yeah, it could have
Yeah.
been, you know.
I think she did though. I think she went through the whole thing. My boss said she was watching videos about she went on YouTube and was watching videos about the process of turning a penis into a vagina, and it was incredibly traumatizing to see what they actually do. It's like, I bet it was.
Apparently,
Why were you watching that?
apparently it's a lot easier than turning a vagina into a penis.
Well, I can imagine because a penis you can like grab the urethra and just like fold it, but
Oh,
a vagina you have to like make things.
yeah. Yeah.
Build a
Well,
penis.
and like, do they have to cut off like a limb or a piece to make it, you know?
Maybe they like skin graft something on there. I've been watching a lot of Grey's Anatomy. Still marathoning it.
Uh, wait,
Are you looking
Minute
at
had, I'm trying to see, yeah. No,
so
she hasn't had it yet.
oh, okay. So
Yeah.
she's still in the genital region has man part.
But she had facial feminization surgery as well as a procedure to augment her breasts.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay.
And is she? I'm assuming
Well,
she's
she
taking the
is.
hormones.
Yeah. Well, and she is still a like a lesbian, I guess, or what do you say? Yeah.
I guess
She's
she's a
into
lesbian.
she's
Yeah.
she's into ladies. She's
Yeah.
into ladies. So, I mean, it's not I mean, maybe she'll keep that to help. I mean, this is the part where, you know, I am the uneducated, you know, like kind of
Yeah.
naive person about trans people because it's like, okay, so like, could you have a penis and then be like, okay, but I'm a woman, and then like you have sex with like with a penis with a woman, but it's like, but you are a woman, you know? It's like,
Yeah. I think when you're in that community, you need to find someone who is open and accepting. Like someone I know is dating someone who is transitioning, so they like saw the whole process, and they broke up before
yeah,
they finished transitioning. But like, you would have to be with someone who's like, I accept you for who you are. You know, whatever part you have, that's cool. I don't care because I like you.
regardless. Yeah, I like your personality more than your genitalia. That makes sense.
And whatever you got down there, we're gonna make this work because I really like
Whatever it
you.
is.
But
Exactly.
Kris Jenner is now offended because Caitlyn took the name with a C, and coming out like it wasn't just the transitioning that got me. There was like abuse and neglect in the relationship. And I was like, shut up. Stop it.
I did not realize that she came out and said that because I was going to say that I felt kind of bad for her because it's like when you read a lot of these comments after this came out, it was a lot of comparisons and like she looks
Yeah.
so much better than Chris. Which one's the man? You know? And it's
Yeah.
like that is awful, you know, like, and you're making this. And did you see the special
I
that
mean, she
Jon
does
Stewart
look
did about
good.
it? Yeah.
I saw a piece of it, but go ahead and talk about it.
Where it was like, I mean, and it is kind of sad, and I didn't realize it. Jon Stewart talked about how all of a sudden, instead of talking about her as a man or anything like that, like, you know, describing her, you know, personality, it was immediately about her looks as soon as she came out as a woman.
Yeah. And then there are all these
And it
other
was like,
issues too, like I mean, it's like I'm happy for the trans community that this is out and open, and at the same time I'm like, why is it such a big deal? It shouldn't be, though I know that it is. And like there are all these issues that no one is talking about. For example, like what happens when a trans person goes to prison? If they still have a penis, do they go to man prison? Do they have to go with what their birth certificate says? Like the trans people are also way more likely to be arrested, like even more likely than black people, so you know it's high, and way more likely to like be homeless, be sex workers. Like there's all this shit that no one is talking about.
and I feel like part of that, like, yeah, it's great that she came out, and now, you know, she can kind of hopefully make other people more comfortable in doing the same kind of thing. But at the same time, it's also the Kardashian-ness, you know, that everybody's obsessed with the Kardashian family, and that's why she
and
has
what
a cover
happens
on
if you're not a rich Kardashian and you can't, you don't even have the drugs to like appear, you know, the hormone drugs to appear the way you want? Like,
well, I mean, I think that it kind of
ass surgeries because people are
and now. And like, well, now it's like, I mean, it's becoming kind of like trendy. It's like if you see all of the celebrities that have like posted about it, and like Miley Cyrus is like went out like on record. She was like, I agree with this. You know, like I don't have a gender. Like I have like somebody was asking her about her like her past relationships or something like that, and she was like, or like her like, you know, boyfriends, and she was like, I don't have boyfriends or girlfriends. I have relationships with people. Like I don't see genders anymore. Genders don't exist to me, you know. And it's like it's become this like trendy thing.
You obviously see it.
Well, I feel like it kind of cheapens the whole issue because of like all of a sudden it's like trendy and the Kardashians are all about it, and it's like this is like, you know, and nobody's talking about like what you just said. Like I think that this happened last time. I think my house is dirty. There's like flies. It definitely happened last time. But like I think it's like what you just said. Nobody's talking about the actual issues that happen with trans people. They're just looking at Caitlyn and being like, does she you know, like, how does Chris feel? She looks like the man now.
Yeah. Oh, as a side note, I can't remember. It might have actually been Caitlyn that dissed Chris, not the other way around. But saying like there was emotional abuse there. Let's look that up.
Oh. I don't know. Like I read somebody wrote a comment on an article and said like, oh, you know, like let's feel for this woman who spent 25 years building a life with someone who never wanted to be with her, kind of thing. And I was like, I mean,
I do feel bad for her.
That's a different way to think about it.
Oh, it was Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn dissed Chris, saying she was mistreated. I mean, I do feel for Chris. I feel bad, you know. Oh, you left.
Sorry.
Because that would be hard, and at the same time, it's not that. I don't think it's well, I don't know, I'm not in their life, but I don't think she didn't want to be with her. I think she didn't want to be with her as a man. She wanted to be with her as a woman.
Yeah. I mean, I never watched that show because I'm not an idiot.
No, I didn't. Yeah. I've never seen it.
Oh, we're talking about Bitten or whatever, but it's like Kardashian.
That's too far. You've gone too far.
Oh, that's too stupid for us. But like, I don't know. I don't know what their relationship is.
I watch TLC shows now.
No. Or sci-fi. I watch.
Because I need to learn.
Or the CW.
Well, valid. Those are the best shows.
I don't know, but like I feel like a lot of it is because it's a Kardashian, you know. So
that is what most that family of it is.
Yeah.
Speaking of that family, Kim's going for baby number 2. Yay! I'm so excited.
I'm sorry, her baby is cute as shit, though.
Yeah, but we don't need more of them.
No.
That family needs to stop breeding because it's horrible.
What if it's like? What if it's south next time? You know, like they have north. What if it's south?
And then they have east and west. Well, like we can only have 4 kids because there's only 4 directions. Their 5th kid will be like, no, east.
Well, then wait, if it's west, then it's west. This is west. Super west.
Terrible. Right. So, I think we covered that. What really pisses me off is people are all about, oh, Caitlyn, but they're forgetting like all of the other issues that go along with transgender people. And people are saying some ignorant ass shit. I'm like, really?
Like
really? What? You know, first of all, just being disrespectful and not saying she, like, respect that she wanted to change her gender pronoun.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this is so nasty. Oh, and now I'm going to get confused with gender pronouns. Bruce just won some athletic award or something, and people are all pissed about it. The Ash something award. I just saw this literally like 2 seconds before we started talking. People are so pissed about it because they're like, he doesn't deserve this anymore because they're a freak. And I'm like, who cares? Shut up. He got this something. No one even knows that this award exists because who cares? And now people are pissed because Caitlyn got it. And I'm like, before this day, you did not know this award exists, and you never cared.
No.
Now you care because someone that makes you uncomfortable got it.
I feel like change like this obviously is going to bring out the assholes.
Yeah, it always does. Just like fucking ignorance. That's
it. Let's move on.
Okay.
We were going to talk about the dissolution of and the, I guess, inception of.
You need to say that again because you broke up.
Right. The dissolution of the Patriot Act and the, oh crap, run later. And the inception of the Freedom Act.
The inception. It was born. So the Patriot Act ran out of time. And then they passed the Freedom Act.
Which is basically the same thing.
It's basically the same thing. The only difference is now the phone companies are going to keep our information instead of the government. Yay!
And not only that, it's like it adds more powers. It's like it allows for conceptions. Like the reports will be run on the secret courts that they had. What are they called? Like FISA courts.
Yeah,
the secret FISA courts. They still exist, but now reports will be run on them.
Ooh,
but like, who can see these reports freaking matter? Like that's not outlined. Wait, my favorite part of it was, hold on, there's something that's like so like absolutely ridiculous. It made me laugh.
And I was listening to NPR and they were talking about this. You know, I love NPR. And they were like,
yeah, you do.
It's all I listen to. And they were like, if someone could show me that a study that says this was effective, then I could maybe get behind this. Because they were like, oh, you know, privacy versus security, blah, 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 blah. And this guy's like, no, there is absolutely nothing that says that this has been effective. Like, show me that, and then I'll take a stance on privacy versus security. But nothing was effective in the Patriot Act, and they basically just redid the Patriot Act.
That it doesn't make sense. It's like have you seen those like political cartoons and stuff like that? It's like about how 9/11 they did this. They ran into the Twin Towers to eliminate American freedom because they hate American freedom, and it's like that's exactly what they did.
Check plus.
You know, like
you got a star. You did it.
I don't think that it's like I don't want to like give up the thing that makes America America. It's freedom. Literally, it's freedom. Like for the sake of security, especially because they had all of the information on hand before 9/11 and before a lot of these terrorist attacks. They had a lot of the information, a lot of the intel, but they weren't communicating with each other. Like the different agencies, they weren't compiling all of the data together to be able to form this like, oh, okay, this is what's going to happen. Right. So they had information then and couldn't figure it out. And now we're just going to give them more data to like comb through. And that's going to help, you know, like having our conversations is really going to help them.
It's really important.
Combat terrorism. Really it means really working with like ISIS and everywhere else. Like it's super working. So
yeah, it's working really well. Though on the other hand, this is the first time in 30 years that like anything the NSA has even considered, you know, Americans' privacy is a thing, and Congress passed anything about like, oh, there should be some protection for privacy. Not many, but let's like make sure that we pay attention to that a little bit. And it's a big deal because it's the first time since 9/11 too.
But it's literally none. Like so the USA Freedom Act prevents the government. Listen to this. The act prevents the government from seizing this and storing cell data record, metadata information like cell phone number, you know, caller's phone number, length of the call, that stuff. But then in a following section of the new law specifically states that call detail records do not include the actual content of the call itself, which includes your name, address, financial data, cell site location, and the actual contents of the phone call is not included in that cell phone data. So literally the only thing that they can't store is your phone number.
Wow.
So there's
for the next like 180 days, I'm sure this will get extended. Are you throwing the ball for Gus? You keep disappearing. Where'd you go? For the next 180 days, the government is still continuing to keep this data, like to record the phone calls and do everything, while they train the phone companies to do what they were doing.
Yeah.
So basically, as of this exact moment in time, nothing has changed. which is great.
But what's baffling to me is that the media is not reporting on it at all. Like the media is like, what a great, and they're saying like Rand Paul, like what a great, thank you for
great job, Rand
standing
Paul.
up for
I was like,
I was like,
he did a terrible job.
Like, I mean, did he vote for the Freedom Act?
I don't think so.
Freedom Act.
He tried to filibuster it, and they were like, sit down, Rand Paul.
He tried to filibuster. I thought that he filibustered the renewal of the NSA or of the Patriot Act.
Yeah, sorry.
Senators.
I don't know if he voted for the Freedom Act. He tried to filibuster it, and they were like, we're going to go on break. Sorry, Rand.
Oh, yeah. He said that it doesn't go far enough in reforming U.S. surveillance programs.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't.
He's running for president, right?
He voted against. Yeah. Good. I mean, but he has an R on his name, so.
Yeah, he's running as a Republican because no one is going to knowingly vote a libertarian into office. And he's like, nah, bro, I'm a libertarian. Like, he doesn't even front.
I'm a fan.
Do you know what would be hilarious? If Rand Paul and Bernie Sanders both won the Republican and Democrat ticket. So it was like a libertarian versus socialist.
It would be. I mean, it would just be an up. It would be amazing.
Mine's fucking blown.
I would be excited about it. I'd be excited to be like, okay, so these are the extremes of America right here.
No government versus share everything.
Yes,
that would be amazing.
I know. I would be a fan of it.
That makes me want to vote for Bernie based off that.
I feel better. I feel better knowing that he didn't vote for it because I was feeling really like, I guess, government after I saw that the Freedom Act was voted in almost immediately.
Yes. Was it bipartisan too? I mean, there are no Democrats in either place right now, but Obama signed it.
Freedom Act. Yeah.
Bombs was like, this is great. Good job, guys.
Ooh, roll call vote. Oh my God, it was everybody. Everybody.
Everyone? Except Rand Paul?
67 yeses and 32 nos in the Senate. That's crazy.
That's
a strong majority.
Who said nay? I know Republicans were voting for it, which is weird. No, aren't they like less government?
Yeah, but they're like, it's very kind of like
less government and less
anti-terrorism. It's like less government, but then
more
like
militaristic,
but more security and more surveillance against terrorism. So I think that this was presented as being like anti-terrorism because we have to listen to having phone sex. But actually, it was a lot of Republicans. A lot of Republicans said no.
Oh.
Mostly Republicans said no.
Who didn't?
I found one Democrat so far.
Okay.
And then it's like a lot of Republicans said yes as well.
That's again because there's no Democrats in office right now.
Yeah. No. I wish that it would tell me. It doesn't tell me the like breakout, but yep, that's unfortunate. But whatever. What are you supposed to do? And then I like in this same article, it's like, freedom isn't free, like you have to disseminate this information, like let people know that this is happening and stuff like that. So people know because people watch the news and like CNN and CBS and everybody is like, great, what a victory for the American like public and freedom. And it's like, no.
Yeah. I've barely seen it covered at all.
Really? I have. I would just like.
I mean, I've heard it on NPR. That's it. Speaking of Americans not knowing anything, I don't remember where it was. There was this video that someone was walking around Times Square like, hey, do you know what TPP is? I almost used it last week. And people were like, everyone they interviewed, out of everyone, nobody knew what the TPP was. They were like, toilet paper, like saying absurd things. Nobody knew what the TPP was. I was like, how do you... No, at least one of you has to know that. And one person worked at Fox News, and they didn't know what the TPP was. He was like, well, I don't really do that side of things. I was like, you should still know.
How do you feel about Obama with the trade agreements that he's trying to push through and stuff like that?
I am not that into it. I would like there to be more transparency. typically, I don't know, like NAFTA was so not good that there needs to be more transparency. And I know, like, oh yeah, the senators can go in a room and read this, but I would like to know what is in that before there's a big vote. I don't know. And I guess it's good because they can vote yes or no, but it's also, and I understand, so I get it. Other countries are like, we're not going to negotiate this with you if you are going to have to make all these changes to it because of your Congress.
Yeah.
So I get that, but it's like, we should at least be able to see somewhat what's in it. It's just like this giant secret that they're like, yay. And Bombs is like, no, trust me. And I'm like, why?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it's like getting like older and being more aware or something like that. It's like I feel like more and more so I like see and like rely less on the government, you know, and then trust them less and then realize how much like corruption is there and how much, you know, like is kept away from us.
Yeah. And all of the like unions and stuff are against it, which doesn't inform my opinion, but I generally tend to like see what they say and usually I agree with it.
See, that makes me agree with it.
I know it makes you agree with it, but they're like, you know, right now there's no protections about anything. No one knows anything that's being done in it. And I don't think Obama's going to like do something that can intentionally be like, hey, fuck you, America, because I don't think he's some conspiracy, whatever, like some crazy people do. I'm sane. But I don't like that there's no, like, I just have no idea what's in it, so how can I form an opinion?
Yeah, I'm trying. I was like kind of trying to look it up because you were talking about it. I'm like, I should figure out what the hell she's talking about. But I mean, it really is. There's not enough information out there for me to even.
And it's like, okay, so our, you know, politicians can go in this private room and read it, but then they can't talk about it or do anything. Like, they're not allowed to bring anything in there with them. They can't do anything. So nobody knows what this is. I can't form an opinion. I have no idea. It could be like the best fucking deal ever. Like Obama could be like, you know what? I'm going to leave office with this awesome deal that's going to be so good for the entire world because I'm glorious. Mm-hmm. But I have no idea because he's like, it's got to be secret.
Well, we will see.
We'll see if Obama's glorious.
Yeah, we'll see if he's as glorious. I mean, I never thought he was, so it would just
I know you didn't.
I would just be like, right? I was right.
You're like, yeah. Okay. I don't have anything
Let's jump
to say
into
about Freedom Act.
Let's jump into TPP. What are you? Or TPP won't let me be me. That's all I have to say about it. Yeah. Let's talk about. Oh wait.
Wait, before we do that, what do you think about the TPP, or did you just look it up now and that's why?
I don't know enough. I don't think.
Partnership. Yeah.
I don't know enough right now to form an opinion. It's like weird to me that Obama would propose something that the Republicans are okay with and that the Democrats aren't. And I think I'm so weirded out by it that I haven't looked into it at all. I'm like, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
I feel like
that was confusing to me too.
and again, because I am getting a little bit more distrustful of government, I feel like every single day that it's like seeing cross-party vote, like, you know, agreement on something like that just makes me think like big corporations, lots of money, you know, lots of donations, lots of something is in play here, you know, like this doesn't make sense to me, you know?
Like when I first started hearing about it, I was like, what's the big deal? Like, you still get to vote it yes or no? And then I was like, but we have no fucking idea. Like, nobody knows anything. So I guess the more educated and the more I listened to NPR about it, the more I was like, oh, I need to be a little more skeptical about this because it's a fucking secret, and we've seen how well that's panned out generally with the topic we just talked about, like the Patriot Act and Snowden and all of that.
But then it's like it's worked out really well for them because, okay, so it blew up and then it was awful for them, and then and then they just got rid of it and then passed another one. You know, like, I mean, there's no checks and balances.
Like lifted up the rug and were like, and just swept everything under it and everything was fine.
Exactly. So it's like there's no there was no checks and balances. There's nothing to stop them from doing whatever the hell they want, obviously. Because like look at them
I
go.
mean,
Look at them go. They just it's like a juggernaut, like an unstoppable force.
can you? I'm the juggernaut, bitch. Can you, can you imagine? You can, but if there was a Republican president that happened next, and we have all Republican Congress, like I feel really afraid of that. Generally,
That's
you might
why
not feel as afraid as I do, but it's fucking scary. Even if it was all Democrat Congress, and then we got another Democrat president, I'd be like, that's scary too. But to have like all one party, yeah, well, all one party controlling, like. Yeah. I mean, those were the glory days.
Designed.
Those were the glory days.
It was never designed. What, with having everything controlled by
we did so much when I was 8.
That's why it's like I mean, it was never designed. Yeah. I feel like it was never designed to be that way. That's why there are different branches, and so the one could check the other. And so having it all Republican, like, I mean, hopefully we're getting a more moderate. We're not gonna. Mike Huckabee is just gonna go away. Just gonna go away. And as will Jeb Bush.
Tell me, I was like, who is moderate that's running?
I like Rand.
Out of your 18 people that are running, tell me who's moderate.
I have so many.
But Rand Paul is not moderate. Rand Paul's a libertarian. Is like, I'm not actually Republican, but I know I won't win on the independent ticket. That's Rand Paul.
I feel like though, but I like him the best. And I feel like he would be between Congress and him. I feel like they would disagree enough that it would be a bit of a check and a balance. It wouldn't be like all full force. Like I run everything.
But he's like, the first thing I'm going to do is like end government.
Yeah. I love Rand Paul. Yeah, I love Rand Paul. And legalize marijuana. Like, valid. He's a dream.
Valid. So
like,
what if
he's like I think that what
Rand Paul and Bernie Sanders are just going to be co-presidents. Fuck president and vice president. They're going to be co-presidents. Be like, we're just going to run this shit.
I can't believe. See, like your same like bafflement about my love for Rand Paul and stuff. I don't understand how you could like Bernie Sanders. Like, in what world? He was like, and like gave a speech about how Americans have like the problem with our economy and the poor is because we have like too many options in deodorant. And he was like talking about.
Wait, you broke up. Too many options in what?
Deodorant. He said that he was like, deodorant. He was like, we have, like, seriously, he was like, we have, you don't necessarily need a choice of 23 underarm spray deodorants or of 18 different pairs, literally, this is word for word, or of 18 different pairs of sneakers when children are hungry in this country.
That is true. That's true.
But, like,
you don't.
But I feel like the running joke with socialists is like, it's like, you guys don't understand economy. Like, that's why.
Hey, don't say you guys. I'm a socialist. I think they're, economy is real. And,
they don't understand economy. But that's like the number one, grievance with socialists. It's like, you guys don't understand economy. And then he says something like this. And it's like, all right, so we're right. We're right. When there are children that are hungry in this country. You don't get to even use deodorant.
I've been reading about the socialist democratic people, and I'm like, oh, you sound nice and ideal, and you'll never work. But the reason I really like Bernie, we're on a first name basis, is because he's just like, I don't think he actually thinks he's going to win. He's just like, fuck it, I'm going to make people talk about things that they don't want to talk about. And I appreciate that about him. Even if it is 23 brands of deodorant.
Wait, I keep looking at. I googled like Bernie Sanders deodorant because I wanted to see the comment, and then sorry, Bernie Sanders deodorant isn't starving America. Like, I mean, people's like headlines are making me laugh. But
Bernie,
we should. This is a great seg, or this is a great seg into more. What are your people thinking?
We need to get a literary person on here to explain whether it's seg or segue.
It definitely is. I googled it last time. Hold on.
Seg. It's not seg. Wait, I think our producer is here, who was an English major. Jason, are you here?
Yeah.
Is it seg or segue?
Segway.
It's segue.
No, wrong. To make a transition, he's wrong. I'm looking it up right now. To make a transition from one thing to another smoothly and without interruption. That's literally what it is.
Segue.
No,
how do you spell it?
Seg.
How do you spell it?
S-E-G-U-E. Oh my God.
That spells segue. Yes, that's what I'm telling you.
Oh my goodness. I read more than I talk. This is
Dallas. That's what I was saying to you.
I'm leaving.
The first time you said seg, I thought you were trying to abbreviate segue because it's pronounced segue, not seg. She just realized she's reading it.
Carrie, my mind's blown. Oh my gosh, it's talking. Are you listening to my computer? I'm making it say it right now.
Can you make it go louder? Oh, there it is. Yeah, segue.
Oh. I learned something new today.
I like your realization. Oh my gosh, I'm saying it wrong.
Italian.
Oh, it's Italian. It's Italian, not that.
You should know this.
You just came back from Italy.
Well, anyway.
Okay. Anyway.
Let's segue.
Let's segue into what are you people thinking? I liked your abbrev or your what do you call it? Your acronym, the WAPIT.
Yeah, WAPIT. It's just a lot, right?
What is
Let's go into our WAPIT.
What's your first WAPIT for the day?
My first is that Disney is now saying Darth Vader is gender neutral. So Darth Vader is no longer a male or a female because like a little girl called in and was upset because she wanted to wear the costume and it said it was for boys or something. So then they called Disney and Disney now made them genderless. And it's like,
but what about the line, Luke, I am your father?
Nah, brah. It's just Luke, I am your. Well, like, I mean, in the article I'm reading, it says Luke, I am your parent. But it's like, we're taking it.
I mean, little girls can dress up like boy characters. Who cares?
It's cool. It's casual. Why is it a big deal? Like, I think that this mother took it the wrong way. Well, I think that she took it the wrong way. Instead of like teaching her daughter, be like, hey, wear whatever you want. Who cares? Why does it matter if it says boy on it? Instead, she was like, you should make other people change so that you're comfortable. Like,
But no, just be like, yeah, dress up like a boy this year. Who cares?
Right, exactly.
Teach your daughter, not, let's make him gender neutral so that as a girl you can dress like him.
It's a male character. Like, he fathered.
Yeah, it was very clearly a male character. There was never any ambiguity with Darth Vader.
Like, and where will this go? Like, I'm just like, how many Disney princesses are now going to be like also men? Disney princesses and princes. Like Cinderella could have been a man.
North Sudan. How was she the
princess of North Sudan?
The gender neutral princess of North Sudan. What do you call a gender neutral princess?
I don't know. I don't know how to say segue, you're asking the wrong person.
The gender neutral princess of North Sudan that marries another princess? I don't know. I tried to do something and it didn't work.
I didn't know where you were going with it, but I was ready to go there with you.
The princess that identifies as a man marries another princess or something.
Then they would be a prince and princess.
I don't know. I just blew my mind. I couldn't keep up with myself. I thought you just threw your hands in there like, I can't.
No, I was massaging my head.
All right. So speaking of little girls, and Coulter, everybody's Coulter.
And I think it's Coulter.
Well, you can't say segue, so I can't say Coulter. It's fine.
That was so fancy.
And Coulter said that if she ran the immigration system, she would not admit overweight girls into the U.S. And then she refused to give a lady a hug because she was like, no. She was
oh my God.
Adios America and said no fat immigrant girls in our nation.
But like, wait, but if they're skinny immigrants, would that be okay?
Yeah, the skinny ones can come. She doesn't want the fat people. And only fat girls. Fat girls.
So fat men are fine.
Fat men are
Ann Coulter
fine.
is the worst thing I've ever seen. She is planted here by the
true
Democrats to make us all look idiots.
No, I think she was planted here by fucking aliens because first of all, she looks weird. And second of all, even the Democrats, like, couldn't be this awful. She's awful.
And I feel like she made a name for herself by being awful.
And
you know, like
Michelle Obama's like, bring them in. We'll do the Let's Move campaign and make them skinny. We'll accept them.
Yeah, we'll make them skinny.
Bring the fat ones. We'll dance to a Beyonce video. Yay. You obviously haven't seen that video because it's amazing.
No, I haven't. I think I was all Obama'd out in terms of videos when I saw that one where he couldn't fit a cookie in that milk.
Oh,
and then he said, thanks, Obama.
That was amazing. And this was years ago when I was in New York and working in foster care. One of the kids was like, Miss Carrie, come over here. I need to show you this Beyonce video. And I was like, okay, obviously that's fine. And it was filmed in a Brooklyn school, and it's to one of the Beyonce songs. And it's this awesome, like, choreographed video with a bunch of kids, like, doing all these dance moves. And it's really fun. And it's part of the Let's Move campaign. If you Google Beyonce Let's Move, I'll put it up on the blog. It's excellent.
Yeah, I'll look at it later.
Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah. You don't like Beyonce?
She's all right.
What about Boo Beyonce?
Yeah, she's good. Shoot.
It's a joke. You're on the outside. All right. You're gonna stay that way.
Let's go there. So I was going to talk about how arrest warrants were issued. This isn't anybody's particular side. This is
how
just
arrest warrants
crazy town.
Issued. Okay.
No. Arrest warrants were issued to a couple parents who cheered at the graduation ceremony for their children.
They were like, I couldn't.
Actually, like handcuffed and taken to jail for disturbing the peace because they yelled when they're and granted, yeah, they do say please hold your applause until everybody's crossed, but nobody freaking does that, especially I just can't. I don't. 4 people arrested.
Wait, what sporting event was it?
It was not a sporting event. It was graduation.
Oh, people cheer the whole time through graduation.
You're so proud of your children. Let them cheer. My brother and sister brought air horns and blew those when I walked across. We were really disruptive.
I didn't walk to graduation. Oh yes, I did. I did for undergrad, but I didn't go to the big ceremony. It was
at JMU.
Yeah, it's too much.
I didn't know that. Why not? It was too much.
Yeah, take too long.
Oh. No.
I'm not patient.
All right.
I had 2 police ones. I didn't mean to do that, but it happened.
Sweet. It goes with my arrest.
I know. I have 2 of them to go right along with that. So this lady in Michigan was, she had a prescription for medical marijuana, and she was arrested for that, which that case was dismissed by the judge. And now they're like, we're going to go to civil court. But that's not my what are your people thinking. It's the cops seized all of her shit, literally all of her shit, her bike, their TV. They seized Dallas. They even took her vibrator. They literally took all their shit. And she's like, what am I supposed to say to my kids when they come home and we have nothing in our house? And the prosecutor was like, oh, they overturned the criminal case, but I'm going to get you in civil court so I can keep all your shit, including your vibrator.
What is this? That's insane.
They took your vibrator. Rude.
And why would they give it back?
I don't know.
You can resell that item. No one's going to be a gently used vibrator on Craigslist.
Unless it's whatever the best one, the rabbit or whatever. I I mean, maybe
I think those are expensive.
Right. So if you get a used one, it's like, well, I can get this like $300 vibrator for $40 because it's used.
Ugh. And sanitize it later, whatever.
They took her vibrator and all of, like, literally they took all of her shit for having a prescription of medical marijuana that she was allowed to have.
See, and this is something Rand Paul says that, you know, should be decriminalized.
Okay. Rand Paul, I agree with you on that.
I can't even, I'm like astonished, you know, like, how does this even happen? Again, this country is being run to ground.
Yes. Absurd. Wait, there's a list of everything they took, which is not as important, but they were like, I don't know, fucking idiots. Anyways, what do you have next?
I agree. Pittsburgh.
Ooh!
Where you live.
Uh-oh.
They're gonna remove some is it decals or decals? DECALS? What? Let me live.
Decals.
So they're gonna remove some decals from city buses that you know, have been around forever that say zig and zaggin on there.
Okay.
Because somebody looked in their rear. Because somebody looked at them through their rear view mirror and saw them backwards, and
Can you spell
said
that
that
out for me?
Backwards?
What would it say backwards? Can you spell it?
NIGGIZ. And NIGGAZ. Zaggin. I'm like, yeah, Pittsburgh.
Way to go. Good job.
I liked that.
But who would read something backwards as they're like, "Ooh, this is going to be the next best marketing campaign for our buses"?
Well, I mean, I don't know who would complain. And apparently it's been used for years. And then and then who complains? Like, just don't.
That's awesome.
I don't know.
That's awesome.
I thought that was funny.
I love that. Like, no one could be that creative if they tried. Like,
yeah, ziggin' zaggin'.
I'm 100% sure there was no malintent when they created that because no one is that creative.
No, it's ziggin' zaggin'. Like, come on.
Someone sat in their office and was like, "This is going to be the best idea ever. It's going to be on buses for years." And then it was. And then someone looked in the rearview mirror and was like, "You're racist."
It's like, this is racist.
You assholes. And along the theme of police and assholes, yet again, in Kentucky, this guy was arrested for, like, you know, fairly moderate offense, like cussing in public or something, disturbing the peace, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And proven to be mentally ill. And the judge was like, send him to the psych unit. And then they got a social work evaluation for him. And they were like, yeah, he's hearing voices and saying he's going to hurt people. Like, he needs to go to the psychiatric hospital. So what did the Kentucky police do? They put him on a 28-hour bus ride to Florida. And now he has a felony charge against him for fleeing his sentence or something like that.
Why did they do this?
Because they're assholes. Basically, because the police chief paid for it himself and was basically like, we don't have time for this mental health shit. Ship him to Florida. So he made one of his deputies like take him to the bus, which was 50 miles away. Like, it wasn't like the bus station was down the street. They made him drive 50 miles with this guy and put him on a bus, and the police chief paid the bus ticket to get him to Florida.
What's happening to the police chief and the people that did it?
This article doesn't say. I don't know if anything is happening to the police chief. Oh, there's allegations of misconduct and other criminal violations for the chief and the officer. But it's like, really? You didn't, like, you could have saved yourself the $18 and the 50-mile ride, which I'm sure gets expensed or whatever, and just taken him to the psychiatric hospital like the judge told you to do. And the social worker was like, he's probably going to hurt himself or others. You need to get this guy help. And they were like, well, fuck that. We're just going to ship him to Florida because he's not our problem.
Like, and what's the benefit to shipping him away? Like, why do that instead? You know, like, I don't understand the motivation. But
get him out of our jurisdiction. He said, the police chief said, like, I can't find the direct quote, but he really said, like, we don't have time for this. You're too much trouble. Oh, that's it. You're too much trouble. We don't want you here. You're leaving.
That sucks.
Fucking asshole.
We don't want you here. You're leaving.
Like, well, just take him to the psychiatric hospital. It's not that hard. It's closer. No. Ship him to Florida.
That sucks.
And then he got arrested in Florida and then had this warrant out for his arrest because he wasn't actually allowed to leave. So now he has the felony charge. But I think it'll be cleared up, and hopefully this guy gets the help he needs because that's fucked up.
Well, like, I mean, at least it's something that you're reading about. That's a step on the right direction. You know, like that you saw it.
Yeah, on Raw Story. Who reads that?
Well, and hopefully that police chief will get the karma that he deserves. I have an article here about someone getting some karma. So in China, they eat they eat a bunch of dogs, and they particularly eat stray dogs. They harvest them off of like the streets and stuff like that. And this vendor who was showing off his trick of how he kills these stray dogs. He shoots them with like poison darts, misfired and shot himself and died on the way to the hospital. R.I.P. Chinese man. You're
I don't even feel bad for you at all.
No. Like, I'm like, what a horrible
I have
person.
no sympathy for him whatsoever.
No. I mean, especially because he was showing off. He was like, oh, this is how I kill my dogs that I then serve to people to eat, you know? And then
gotcha.
Got you, bro. That was all like the ghosts of all the other dogs that had been killed. We're like, we don't get you. Yep.
Oh, I like that. That warmed my heart. I have another, like, so you're dumb. What are your people thinking? Which was...
Isn't that all of these?
Yeah, but it's extra. You know ISIS? You know them?
Yeah. Oh, wait, what? Who?
ISIS? You know, we were just talking about them.
Yeah.
So, bro and ISIS took a selfie. And then the U.S. Air Force was like, hey, we saw your selfie and found your location via your selfie. So they immediately bombed and destroyed the compound based on this guy's selfie.
Nice. Technology.
Let that sink in. They were like, hey, we've been looking for this compound. Thanks for posting a selfie from it and bragging about your life. Oops.
Nice. The one and only time that I fully support a selfie.
You know, today I took a selfie of my new haircut. It was
you did? You didn't?
The first selfies. Sorry, it was one of the first ones I ever taken. But I had like big bags under my eyes. It wasn't that cute. That's why I don't take selfies. It's too close.
I mean, I'm not attractive enough to myself to take selfies. I'll take ones if like Gus is being cute, like in my hair or something like that, and then I'll like. My face though.
You know what though? I feel like we also took selfies before selfies had a name. Like in college, we had all those like hold the camera out and put 15 people in this picture and be really drunk and make faces.
And like do it in like the mirror and stuff like that. Like we do it with our with our disposable cameras.
How many pictures were taken in bathrooms in the Ashby housing complexes?
We should have just billions. There's got to be billions. We used to go to parties and then just go into the bathrooms
like
and then
15. Who needs 15 girls in a bathroom? That's not necessary.
And people would be taking turns. I feel like we've definitely had pictures that we've had to delete that where we were taking pictures in the mirror and then somebody was like peeing in the back.
You're like, no, wait for me. I need to be in the picture.
It was always Margaret.
It's true. Oh, brother. Yes. That's all I have.
Yeah, that's all I had too. I'm all out of articles.
All right. Thanks for listening. This has been the On the Other Hand podcast. Please, if you enjoyed us, like us on iTunes, give us a rating, say how awesome we are in the reviews, or if you didn't like us, you can tell us that too. Tell us what you want us to talk about. We're also on Patreon. So again, if you really, really loved us, you didn't just like us, you loved us, support us on there so we can fund this podcast and free up some time for ourselves and our producer, The Real McCoy, to actually get paid to edit our bullshit.
Yeah. All right. You have been listening to Carrie and Dallas. You're welcome.
Okay, bye.
Bye.